Today in our 2017 GMC Acadia Limited, we're going to be installing Roadmaster's EZ crossbar-style baseplate kit. As part of your complete flat toe setup, you're going to need your baseplate, your wiring kit, your braking system, and your tow bars. And in the event your tow bar doesn't come with safety cables, you'll need to get some of those as well.
And this is what our baseplate looks like when it's fully installed. It has connection points to attach any Roadmaster tow bars, as well as a place to hook your safety chain cables. And when you're not using it, these can be rotated and pulled out. And you could also take your safety chain cables off if you'd like as well. And the only thing you'd really be able to see is your wiring. This is an essential component in order to connect your vehicle to your RV for a flat toe setup.
You'll begin your installation by removing your fascia. The fascia comes off fairly easy on this vehicle. There's going to be a few bolts on top and a black cover that you'll remove. Below that you'll have a couple more bolts. You'll have a few down the side on the fender liner as well as up here. Once you've got all those removed, there'll be a couple down below that you'll need to take off, and then your fascia can simply pull off and be set aside. After you've removed your fascia, before you can get your base plate to properly line up into position, your lower panel here will need to be trimmed to clear this lower portion. So you'll see your oil cooler here. You basically want to trim right along that edge, all the way down, and then all the way across. And this will let this arm get in there. You'll do that on both sides. This can be trimmed with either a rotary tool or a pair of tin snips. I just used a pair of tin snips as it cuts fairly easily. When you're pulling your fascia away, it's a good idea to check behind it and disconnect any electrical connectors you may see. The electrical connectors that will be back there will vary depending on the packages that are pre-installed on your vehicle. So you may have fog lights, radar sensors, and anything else. Our base plate itself will connect to the cross beam here in the front for our bumper, to a bracket down below, and here in the back. When you've got your fascia removed, you'll see that there's already 2 bolts installed here. You'll want to remove those with a 15mm socket. Those will be replaced with the hardware that comes with your base plate kit after we get our base plate set into position. With those 2 bolts threaded in, it'll hold your base plate up in position, and then we're going to need to drill out several holes here in our bumper beam to attach the upper portion of our base plate bracket. You'll have 2 on bottom you'll need to drill all the way through, and there are Weld nut spacer blocks that come in the kit that it'll thread right into on the other side. One will go all the way through our bumper beam here in the center. We'll attach that to the other side using a nut, washer, and lock washer. Coming out of the bottom of the base plate, we're going to need to install 1 bolt here in this bracket. You are going to have to drill this hole out as well. All the holes that we'll be drilling, we'll use a 1/2-inch drill bit. This is going to use the shortest bolt that comes in the kit, spacer block, lock nut, and nut. You want to remember that all the hardware that you're installing should get red Loctite to ensure that it stays tight. Red Loctite does not come included with the kit, but you can pick some up here at Etrailer.com. The base plate comes in 2 pieces. The other side installs identically. The only small difference will depend if you have an ambient temperature sensor. It is in the way, so you have to pop the pin out, move it over, and then just reattach it with the zip tie that comes with your kit. Once you've got all your components installed, we can reinstall the fascia. You are going to have to trim out some of the area here next to your license plate in order to clear for your base plate connection point. You'll receive some Easy Connect safety chain with your base plate. These simply slide through the larger hole on the base plate. Once you've got your loop on there, you'll slide your small extension on it, and you can tighten it back down. This will give you a nice, easy connection point for your safety cables. And that completes our installation of Roadmaster's EZ crossbar-style baseplate kit on our 2017 GMC Acadia Limited.